Two officers were standing on my porch on a Tuesday morning, holding a felony complaint with my full legal name and middle initial printed across the top. My own mother had signed it. She told them I had taken my grandmother's emerald ring. Lily was at school. I was barefoot. My coffee was sitting cold on the kitchen counter. I hadn't slept more than 2 hours at a stretch since the 22 chairs at my daughter's 8th birthday party sat empty through an entire May afternoon. My name is Myra Eaton. I am 32 years old. Single mother. Software engineer. 3 days before those officers appeared at my door, I had opened Venmo and sent my mother exactly $1. The memo read, "Hope it's memorable." What she didn't know, what those officers had no way of knowing, is that the ring was mine in writing, and the letter sitting inside my locked safe was about to be read aloud in a ballroom my company had named after my grandmother 2 years ago. Welcome back to Revenge Finally Stories, the channel for women who stopped explaining themselves and started building the record. Women whose most powerful move was the document they had been holding quietly for years. If you have ever carried proof your family swore didn't exist, drop one word in the comments and hit subscribe. This story is going to stay with you. 3 months before the birthday, I drove to my mother's house for Sunday dinner with printed save-the-date cards tucked in my bag. Good card stock. Every one hand-addressed in Lily's name. I wanted nobody to have a way out. My mother Diane was at the stove. My sister Brittany sat at the kitchen island with her phone face down on the counter. I waited until the plates were cleared and the wine was poured. Then I stood and placed a card in front of every adult at that table. I said it straight. Lily turns 8 on May 4th. Bounce house, 2-tier cake the whole afternoon. I want everyone there. Brittany typed the date into her phone calendar. Got it. May 4th. Ron nodded across the table. We'll be there. Aunt Margie was on speakerphone from her living room. Count me in. My mother set down her wine glass and looked at me. Of course we'll be there, honey. She's our baby. Lily had never once had a birthday with extended family in attendance. Every May something else swallowed the day. Camila's recital. Camila's quinceañera planning. A fundraiser, a graduation, somebody's thing. This year I had shown up in person. I had delivered the cards by hand. I had watched every pair of eyes receive the words. I drove home that evening genuinely believing I had finally done it correctly. I am an engineer. I build systems. By February I had a full spreadsheet, names, individual confirmations, screenshot links to text threads. 14 family members had confirmed. I ordered 22 chairs, rented a bounce house, and paid $185 for a 2-tier cake from the bakery on Main Street with the pink display case. The one Lily had chosen herself after pressing her nose against the glass. Every night before bed, Lily recited the guest list like a prayer. Grandma Diane, Aunt Brittany, Uncle Ron, Camila, Aunt Margie. She always finished with the cake lady if she has time. Then she would look over at me. I'd say, "And me?" She'd say, "You're the boss. You don't count." I should have understood it right then. I was the only adult in the entire story who believed a spreadsheet was a binding contract. 3 weeks before the party, Brittany called. She kept her voice light. "Hey, quick thing, don't panic. We're doing a small planning session for Camila's quinceañera that same Saturday. 2 to 4. Yours starts at 1, right?" I pulled up the spreadsheet. 1 to 5. Perfect. Mom and I will head over as soon as it wraps up. I asked where exactly the meeting was being held. Oh, just Cypress Ridge. A side room, nothing major. Maybe an hour. I logged the call. Time, date, duration, her exact words about the side room. I had been logging every call and text for 8 months. She had no idea, because a side room booked for 1 hour does not come with a catering staff. It does not come with a DJ. That was not a planning session. That was a party wearing a different name. May 4th came in cool and bright. The bounce house compressor was running by 11. The cake arrived at 11:30. 22 white chairs. Pink linen tablecloths. Little owl cups at every place setting. And name cards. Lily had traced herself twice over in metallic marker, her tongue between her teeth the whole time. At 12:56 I looked at my phone. 4 minutes. 1 o'clock arrived without a sound. The driveway stayed empty. By 2:30 I had left 6 voicemails. All of them calm. Short. Just checking your ETA. Lily came outside in her party dress and asked in a thin voice if she could open the gift from Mrs. Park. I said yes. Inside was a beaded bracelet, peach and white, with a small pearl charm at the clasp. She put it on slowly. She didn't cry. She stared at her wrist for a long moment, then looked up at me. "Mommy, do you think maybe they got the time wrong?" At 3:12, A text came in from cousin Megan. I thought you'd be at Camila's by now. Brittany said you were coming late. Are you sick? I called her immediately. She picked up on the first ring. Brittany had constructed a full parallel event. 12 to 5. Main ballroom at Cypress Ridge. 40 guests. Catering. DJ. Full buffet. Balloon arrangements. She had told every single family member that I was running behind from a small thing I needed to handle first. She had quietly moved the entire family out of my orbit and brought my mother along with her. I sat down in Aunt Margie's empty chair and let the engineering part of my brain do what it was built for. Assemble the complete picture from the available data. This was not a miscommunication. This was a calculated redirect. Lily came back outside in her dress and walked the full row of name cards slowly. She stopped at her own, birthday girl in her careful handwriting. She looked at me. Can we just make the cake? Without them? Yes, baby. Let's make the cake. At 5 o'clock I lit 8 candles. We sat together at a table built for 22. Behind us the bounce house was quietly losing air, that low, steady hiss. Lily blew out every candle in one breath. She ate 3 bites of cake. Then she stood, walked to the chair marked Grandma Diane in gold marker, picked up the name card, and dropped it into the trash can at the back fence. She came back, sat beside me, and put her hand in mine. That night, after she was asleep, I opened the bottom drawer of my file cabinet and pulled out the folder labeled Hartley, Eleanor. Inside was a sealed envelope in my grandmother's handwriting. Below my name on the front, open after first public injustice. I opened it. My Myra, if you're reading this, it's because Diane has done in public what she spent 30 years doing behind closed doors. I watched her choose Brittany at every holiday. I asked her about it once, in my own kitchen. She said you didn't need her the way Brittany did, and she said it like she was proud of herself. Sweetheart, that was the day I picked up the phone and called my attorney. The ring. A savings account. A life insurance policy worth $340,000. All of it was left to me. And one final instruction. The executor was authorized to read this letter aloud at any event my mother or sister hosted within 12 months of her death. On one condition. I asked. I texted my attorney at midnight. I want to open the file. He replied in 90 seconds. Standing by. 9 days later, my mother sent a text demanding $2,600 for Camila's quinceañera. No greeting. No apology. Just don't be cheap. This is family. I opened Venmo. $1. Memo. Hope it's memorable. My pulse stayed exactly where it was. Within the hour, Brittany had called 14 times. My mother left 3 voicemails. I forwarded the complete folder to my attorney with 2 words. Begin today. I went home, changed every lock, blocked every number, and had counsel send a single legal email. All future contact would be logged as harassment. Then I waited for May 28th. The Hartley Ballroom at Cypress Ridge Country Club, named by my company 2 years earlier in honor of my grandmother. My mother had booked it for the quinceañera. She had no idea who the ballroom belonged to. I walked in that evening wearing a deep emerald dress. My grandmother's ring on my right hand. My attorney is beside me. The executor 1 step behind. 3 of my grandmother's oldest friends at my back. Brittany went white at the registration table. My mother came across the ballroom floor in her champagne dress and put her face close to mine. You need to leave. Right now. I kept my voice completely level. I'm here on Grandma's instruction. The executor reads the letter, or I do. Your choice. The room went quiet. The DJ set down his microphone. The catering staff stopped moving. Mr. Hendricks read every word. 3 decades of favoritism. The skipped birthdays. The ring that was never my mother's to claim. And then he turned and looked directly at Camila, 14 years old on the stage in her blue gown, and read my grandmother's final lines to her face. Do not let them write your story. Be loved for exactly who you are, not for who you remind them of. My mother's voice cracked. You ruined her party. Camila wasn't crying. She was standing perfectly still on that stage, watching me with an expression I will carry for the rest of my life. I said, the catering is paid. The venue is paid. Her dress is paid. I am not taking a single thing from her. I am taking back the part of myself that thought I needed permission. We walked out through the oak doors into the late afternoon. 2 days later, Camila texted from a friend's phone. Can I see you? We met at a coffee shop near the park. She slid a USB drive across the table, a playlist she had made for me. She said, I didn't know about Lily's party. I didn't know about any of it. Then she asked me to tell her about her great-grandmother. I told her she made the finest cornbread in all of North Carolina, that she had been a nurse for 31 years, that she had loved Camila from the very beginning and simply could never reach her through them. A month later, Lily had a small party. 3 school friends, Jennifer, Mrs. Park, and the cake lady. The bounce house went to the neighbor's son. The cherry red card that said birthday girl went into Lily's bedside drawer. The card that said Grandma Diane, the one Lily had dropped in the trash. I went back for it that night and cleaned the corners carefully with my thumb. It lives in the cedar box now, right beside the ring. Lily hasn't mentioned Grandma Diane in 7 months. She stopped asking the question that had no good answer. What those empty chairs taught me is this. Family is not the people who carry your last name. Family is the agreement you make with the people who actually show up, in good faith, in writing on the day they said they would be there. $1, 1 letter, 1 door I never opened again. If this story gave you that feeling, that quiet, settled satisfaction of watching someone receive exactly what they had prepared for, hit subscribe. I post every Sunday and I read every single comment. Leave 1 word below for what this made you feel, and click the next video. I promise you haven't heard half of mine yet.